The Mindful Life Practice.
Come onto your yoga mat and kind of rest on your knees with your forehead grounded. And kind of use this moment to take a few deep breaths and settle into stillness. So our bar exercises are all about functional mobility. They're about strength building. In the studio, we move to the rhythm of music, but I'm kind of enjoying the aspect of Zoom that's silent. It almost gives you a bit more space for mindfulness. If you do want to play some upbeat music in the background when we get into bar, feel free. The reason why I've created this class, I fuse yoga with bar, is so that it gives us an opportunity to really tap into our mindfulness practice, mindful movement. Okay, so take deep breaths in and out. Oh, and I forgot to say, it's April 5th. That means it's day 5 of our yoga challenge, and we have some hardcore yogis in here who have done 5 days, so that's awesome. Probably feeling a bit sore already. You should be proud of yourself. Let's take one more breath here, and if you want to set an intention for your movement this afternoon, if you're here to sweat or strengthen or stretch or just have an hour of your day that is completely all about you, just kind of identify and acknowledge that now. And then take one more breath. And then let's just breathe in, coming all the way up into a tabletop. And we're going to inhale the right palm up towards the sky. Let's get a nice deep shoulder stretch. So you're going to thread your right arm underneath your left, land onto your right shoulder and your right cheek, and either stay here or lift your left arm up and wrap it around the back body, breathing in for 3, for 2, and then for 1. Come all the way back, and then come all the way back to your table. And then we'll take it the opposite way. So left arm reaches all the way up, thread your left arm underneath your right, land onto your left cheek, and then either lift the arm up and wrap it around or just stay. Come all the way back, come into your table. And then we're gonna move through some cat-cow flows. So as you inhale, you're gonna tilt at your pelvis and lift your heart. This is called your cow pose. And then exhale, curl the spine and tuck the chin. This is your cat. And let's keep moving with this rhythm, inhaling. And then exhaling. Take 3 more rounds. Two. And then 1. And then come all the way back into center. And we're gonna tuck our toes and lift up and back and find our first downward facing dog. And maybe you work your way into this in whatever way makes sense. So you might bend one knee and press through one heel. And then the next, just kind of walking out the dog. Oh my God, my phone went off. I am the absolute worst. If your phone is on, make sure you turn it off. You don't need those messages. You don't need those CNN updates for the next hour. And then take one more breath. You're gonna bend through the knees, gaze forward, and then just step your feet up to meet your hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold, step your toe mounds together, bend through the knees, sit into your chair. So we're just gonna stay here for 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling, gazing at like a drishti point, seeing if you can tuck your tailbone. And then press through both feet, lift all the way up to stand, and take your palms into your heart center. Take a deep breath in, and then take a deep breath out. Inhale, sweep palms up towards the sky, upward mountain. Exhale, fold. We're moving into our yoga style warm up now. Breathe in, half lift. And then exhale, lower back down. Keep your right foot where it is. Step your left foot long on the mat. And then just do a couple of rocks and rolls, like forward and back, getting into your hip joint. And then we're gonna land onto the left knee and inhale all the way up. This is your low lunge. Take 3 breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale both palms onto the mat. Keep your left palm where it is. Breathe your right palm up towards the sky. So that's 1 twist. And then exhale it back down. We're just gonna take 3 more like this. Inhaling, twisting. And then exhale it lower. And then 1 more breath in, and then maybe this time you reach the right palm back and land it on the sacrum. And if you want to deepen into a bit of a quad stretch, go ahead. That's also an option. Just take 3 breaths. And then we're gonna land the right palm back and we're gonna walk the feet all the way back, finding a hamstring stretch. If you have tight hamstrings, your hands can always be up on your chair. You do not need to reach the ground. Please be really mindful during this practice today of like what your body intuition is telling you. And if it's telling you to back off, then don't go deeper, right? There's no use in like tearing a ligament just because you want to do a pose, okay? Take 1 more breath. And then we're gonna walk the palms forward, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step the right foot back to meet the left. So now we're in our plank, and we're just gonna warm up the core with a little bit of work here. So roll onto the outer edge of the left foot and take your right arm up towards the sky. This is side plank or Vashisthasana. You can either stagger the feet, you can stack them. Maybe the foot is bent. That's like a little bit of a lower level, more accessible. Take 1 more inhale. And then just exhale the right palm back down and let's side plank the opposite way. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Core is engaged. 3, 2, and then 1. Land the left palm back down and let's move through our first vinyasa flow so we can all land the knees on the mat. Slowly lower, elbows drawing back. Inhale, lift the heart up. And then exhale, lower. And then we're gonna move back to our down dog and let's chill here for a couple of breaths. I feel like I need a good stretch through the calves. Good stretch because I've like been sitting all day. And then step your left foot forward. Use your hand to get it there if you can't quite get it between your palms, and then rock back and forth, lubricating your joints. And then land through your right knee. We're gonna inhale the palms up overhead. So you have a reach through the arms and a softness through the shoulders, and your gaze is just settled. 3, 2, and then 1, inhale. And then exhale, come forward, leave your right palm where it is, and we'll take our 3 twists. So breath in, and then breath out. 2 more, breath in, and then breath out. And then 1 more, take your breath in, choose your option. Your hand might be on the sacrum, maybe you're twisting, gazing over the shoulder, making the connection for your quad. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 to release. And let's walk it back, coming into a deep hamstring stretch, taking your 3 breaths. And as you inhale, just kind of tilt your heart forward. And then as you exhale, hinge it towards the leg. knowing that it's just the start of the class, so practice patience with yourself. And then let's bend through the left knee. We're gonna walk the hands forward, tuck the right toes and lift the right knee. And then you're just gonna land the heels and walk all the way into this forward fold. So your feet are wide here, toes are pointing towards the edge of the mat. Right fingertips land, and then inhale your left palm up towards the sky. So you're in a twisted forward fold. Land through the left palm and then twist the opposite way. This is just the last of our yoga stretches before we move into our bar mode. So twist one more time, left arm extends. And then let's land it, right arm extends. And then land it all the way back down. Take your heels in, toes out. Grab hold of your weights, and you're gonna come up to your plie. So this is a plie in ballet. In yoga, this is called goddess legs. Now I'm gonna cue you moving with your weights. Please know that at any point you can put them down. Okay, you're not obligated to have them. You can be holding onto water bottles or whatever. We're gonna take our arms open to the side, okay? And we are gonna be rotating on the toes and curling inwards so you find yourself into a lunge. And then you're gonna open up and then curl the other way, okay? So we're just moving through the body. In bar, generally, we will use weights of like 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound. When I'm working out at home now, because I've been doing it for a year, I'll move towards like 5 or more pounds. So if you only have like 8 pound weights or something at your house, please know that you can put them down. You don't have to use them the whole time. Because it seems like this is easy when at first glance, but it's like a lot of micro movements, which can be hard. Let's take one more on each side, and then come all the way back to center. Take your palms into heart center, lift your arms up overhead, and then you're gonna exhale and fold. Okay, so this is like a deadlift in our fitness classes. Pressing down through the soles of feet as you lift up. Oh my God, whenever I start this, I'm always like, this is so much harder than I remembered. Let's do 3 more of these. 2. And then 1 more. And this time you're gonna come all the way down and land your weights beside your mat. Just turn so that you're coming into a plank and your hands are on the mat. And then we're gonna rotate through some twists in our plank. If you need to modify, your knees can be on the mat, okay? What we're gonna do is step the right foot wider than the right hand and lift your right arm up towards the sky. And then take the right hand down and step back. So we'll keep moving like this. Left foot lands, left palm lifts, land the left palm and step back. Moving into kind of whatever pace is best for you. And that's the beauty of this whole Zoom thing. There's no music, you're not stuck to the rhythm, and you can move at a pace that works for you. And there are some days when I'm moving a little faster through this, and there's some days where like, I just don't even do this at all. I just take child's pose. So you do you. Let's take 1 more on each side. And then after our 1 more, come into our plank, holding your strong plank for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then on 1, shift your hips all the way up and back, stretch into your down dog. And then we're gonna bend through both knees, gaze forward, and step your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold, bend through the knees and sit back into your chair. Okay, so we're coming up next on like my favorite bar move of all time. We do it literally in every class I teach. It's really, it's challenging, but it's really good. It's a good workout for your butt. Okay, take 1 more breath. And then you're gonna come all the way up to stand. And then just take your palms into heart center. Okay, so you need to have a chair or something to hold on to in a good place. And have your whatever you're gonna put in your leg, if you're gonna use like a stuffed animal or a ball, and you don't necessarily need anything, you can just like imagine something is there, okay? You're gonna find your body at about an arm's length away. You're like creating this right angle and you're lightly gripping onto your chair. And then you're gonna place your object between your right calf and your right thigh. Okay, and then we're gonna move at the same pace, drawing the right knee in and then extending it up. Drawing it in, extending it up. So you're bringing your right thigh to become parallel with your left. And you're keeping your right hip level with your left. You're holding the ball in place. If you have dropped the ball already, don't worry about it. That happens every single class. I'm sure most people have dropped their object already. I can't see you. Let's take one more, just curling it in and then lifting it up. And then we're gonna move through 3 patterns of the same thing. We're gonna squeeze the ball 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then lift the ball 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, so micro movements. Squeeze the ball 8 times and lift the ball. One more squeeze, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lift the ball, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now keep that ball there. Let's just do 8 little, I call these warrior 3 push-ups. You're gonna bend for your standing leg and then lengthen it up. And if your left leg is like killing you, just remind yourself that we're not gonna be doing this forever. We have just 4 more. One of the principles of barre is like working your muscle until fatigue. Stay for 3, stay for 2, and then on 1, can you remove that object? Can you lengthen your leg out? Maybe you take the hands off the bar. This is warrior 3 in yoga. You can do it, you can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Oh my God, step up. I wonder if you guys love that or you hate that. You'll have to give me some feedback. It's my favorite. Okay, opposite side. So find your space away from the chair. Put that ball, I almost did the same size. Put it between your left thigh and your left calf. Pop yourself out until you find that parallel. You're lightly gripping the bar, and then sort of stabilize your hips so left is level with right. And then let's start to move, curling it in, lengthening it up. Let's just do 8 more of these. 8 more, which is the infinity symbol on its side. 3, 2, and then 1, take it up, squeeze the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift the ball. Squeeze the ball. Lift the ball. 1 more round, squeezing. Lifting. And now, see if you can hold it and then just do those push-ups. Bend the knee and then lengthen. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, you got this. 2, and last 1, lengthen up, remove that object, place it between your hands, lengthen out. Maybe you let go of the bar, find your balance. If you're still holding onto the bar, that is a-okay. Check your drishti point, take deep breaths. You will not be here forever, I promise. Maybe I'll just leave you here and go get a coffee. I'm just kidding, we're done. Step all the way up, shake it off, let go. Okay, we're gonna move that bar just a little bit away. We don't need it for the next thing. You can place the ball on the mat, on the chair or whatever. Take your weights in your hand And we are going to be keeping our right foot forward and then stepping the left foot all the way back. So you're in a long, low lunge here. It's like a crescent lunge. If your balance feels off, you can always have one hand on the chair. Okay, that's what it's there for. We are going to take our palms up and then press them up, lower, and then take a bicep curl. So biceps, shoulders, lower, and curl. So this is accomplishing a couple of things. We're obviously in our lunge, we're working our legs, and then we're getting a little bit of a bicep work, a little bit of shoulder work. Let's take 3 more. 2. On 1, can you lift up and just extend the arms, holding the weights above your head, taking deep breaths. 3, 2, and then 1, take the weights into your heart center. Okay, we're gonna take some twists now. So on your breath in, you're gonna stay neutral, and then on your exhale, you're gonna twist towards the leg that is forward, coming all the way back, and then twisting towards the leg that's forward. So this is called a closed twist. Let's just do 4 more. 3, 2, and then 1, stay in your twist, bend your back knee, hover both, 2 90-degree angles, stay here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nice work, and then 1, lengthen, untwist, step your left foot forward. Opposite side, so left foot stays rooted, step your right foot all the way back, find yourself set up so you want your wide stance here, you're rooting down through your left big toe, and then we'll start with our bicep curls. So curl and then press. Moving with this rhythm. Knowing that you can put down the weights at any point. 4 more. 3, 2, and then 1, curl and lift up, holding into your warrior 1. So see if you can have a length through your arms and a softness through your shoulders, and then just settle your gaze. And then lower your hands and take your weights into your heart center, and we'll move into those twists. So you're curling towards the bent knee, you're coming back to straight. Curling, straight. 4, 3, it's okay if you lose your balance. 2, on 1, bend the back knee, hover here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, nice work, 2, and then 1, come back to center, and then just step your foot all the way back, you did it. Okay, turn. You're gonna take your feet out, toes out, heels in, just like our plie from our warm-up, and you're gonna bend through both knees, and let's have the weights just on the hips for now, okay? All we're gonna focus on is lifting the right heel, landing it, lifting left heel, landing it. Okay, so right, and then lift. If it's too much for your calves at any point, just keep your heels lowered and just hold your plie. So I think sometimes barre gets this reputation for being like for ballerinas. This is like about as much ballet as comes in my barre class. So sorry to disappoint you if you wanted some ballet. If you want to take it up a level, we're going to lift both heels and lower. Lift and lower, so 2 at a time, finding your balance. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then 1, either keep your heels lifted for this or lower them back down, lengthen your arms out in front of you. We're going to do a bit of a hip hop dance move, okay? So you're going to curl in and then cross your arms, curl in, cross the opposite way. And then maybe you get a little bit dancey with it. I hope whatever you're using as weights is like easy to do this with. My friend Emma last week was holding like glass jars and she was like very stressed about breaking them. Let's just take 4 more of these. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, curl the elbows in, lift the arms up, so now you're in right angles. And we're also gonna take another little kind of double movement. So first you're gonna curl in, then you're gonna open, then you're gonna press overhead. So curl, and then press. So you want your elbows here to like be in your peripheral vision. And you're making 90-degree angles with the arms. So we're getting a little bit of chest work and a little bit of shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. You got it, lengthen out. Turn your toes in now, so your feet are parallel, and then we're gonna hinge forward, back into that forward fold you did at the start of the class, and if you want to keep your weights in hand, you can, and just take it into a twist, and then land, and then twist the opposite way. Taking one more of each. Lower, and then opposite arm lifts up. Take your hands back onto hips, come all the way up. Okay, turn your left toes towards the whatever side, left side, I guess. Bend through your left knee, find yourself into a warrior two. So we're gonna do a little bit of yoga poses today with our weights in hand. Okay, if you wanna put down your weights at any point, go ahead. In your warrior two, you're gonna lengthen your arms out. Yay. So settle your gaze over your left hand. Taking deep inhales and exhales. One more inhale, one more exhale, and then take an inhale and reverse the warrior. So right palm is down, left arm reaches overhead, coming all the way back up, and then reverse. So this is kind of like a lateral side bend. Let's take 5 more. 3, 2, and then 1. Come all the way up, lengthen through your left leg, shorten your stance a little bit, take a breath in, and then hinge forward, finding your triangle. You still got the weights, you're doing awesome. You can put them down as well. And then a last option, it's a half moon with the weights in hand, okay? So you're shifting weight onto your left foot, you're tilting forward, you're finding your balance. Know that you can dish the weight, you can hold onto a table, you can hold onto a chair. Just settle your gaze somewhere and take deep breaths. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Bend through the left knee, come all the way up to stand. Okay, let's turn the opposite way. So your right heel is grounded. This is like a narrow stance, and it's almost like your right heel is intersecting with the left arch all the way down the mat. And then once you find that bend in the knee, the right angle over the right ankle, then you're gonna take your arms out and then just settle your gaze for a minute, take stillness. And then we'll flow, reversing the warrior, and then coming all the way up. Reversing, and then coming up. Keep moving like this. Four more. 3 more. 2. Last one. All the way back, lengthen through the right leg, hinge forward. Right arm is alongside the right leg, left arm is up towards the sky. And then if you want to stay in your triangle, stay here. And if you want to shift weight onto your right foot, I'm going to move away from my chair. Find yourself into your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. Settling your gaze somewhere, finding your balance, pressing through the right big toe, deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Tilt all the way up to stand. Just land your left foot. I promise we'll put the weights down soon. Take a big inhale, sweep your arms overhead, and then just exhale into a forward fold. We're gonna chill out in our forward fold for a couple of breaths. You can grip opposite elbows. So generally how bar is working, we start by working the largest muscle groups. So like the glutes, the quads, the hammies, and then we progressively move to smaller muscle groups. So next we're gonna do, well, we just progressed through the arms as well. We'll do a bit more arms, and then we'll move in towards our core. So take one more breath here. And then you're gonna come down onto the mat. So push the palms into the mat, step all the way back, find yourself into your strong plank. And then we're gonna move through a series of tricep push-ups and then chest push-ups. So if you wanna keep your knees lifted, you may. I'm not going to. I never keep my knees lifted. Actually, I tried the other day and I gave up halfway through. So in your tricep push-ups, your elbows are drawing back and then you're pushing the ground away. Elbows going back, pushing the ground away. So we do these a lot in yoga. This is like the alignment and the setup for your future arm balances, which if you're doing the 30-day challenge, maybe you'll be able to do some at the end. Maybe not, and that's okay. It's not the point of yoga. But so we do a lot of this kind of action in yoga classes. We're gonna take 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. Come all the way up, just take a break, sit back, maybe stretch back. And then the next one we're gonna do is the chest push-up. Okay, so coming forward again. And this time elbows are out, and then you push the ground away. So these are more like, I'll move so you guys can see my body actually. These are more like fitness style push-ups that you'll do, like the ones that your high school PE teacher made you do. Let's do 4, 3, 2, nice work, and then 1. Come all the way back, sit the hips back on the heels, rest. Okay, so we got a tiny bit of core, and then we're coming into some yoga, okay? So come into your table. I'm gonna give you guys a leveling up option today. You can, if you want, take 1 weight in hand. We're gonna be doing those bird dog patterns for you guys that have been with me before. And you can have 1 weight in hand. So your right arm is gonna extend, your left leg is gonna extend, and you can also do it without a weight, okay? Keep your left hip level with your right, take a big breath in, and then exhale to curl elbow to meet the knee. Now let's keep moving with this rhythm. Extending, and then curling. Extending, and then curling. Oh, I forgot to say, if your balance feels off, you can also just have your right hand on the mat. You don't even need to have your right hand lifted. I was just so excited about the addition of the weight that I forgot to say that. Let's just do 3 more. 2 more. And then on 1, extend the leg, extend the hand. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, land it. And let's rinse out with a cat-cow. So inhaling, and then exhaling. 1 more breath in. And then breath out. And then come all the way back to neutral. And then we'll take the opposite side. So weight or no weight, lengthen out, find your balance, breathe in, hip is level, spine is long. And then we're gonna curl and extend. Let's take 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and then 1, lengthen, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, just land the weight. Land the knees, cat-cow. Inhale, and then exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Now I'm gonna give you an option. You can stay in your table doing that, or if you wanna take a little bit of core from your down dog, you're gonna tuck your toes, lift up in your down dog. I'm gonna move this chair because I always end up kinking it at this point in the class. Okay, so from your down dog, you are gonna lengthen your right leg up towards the sky, find a three-legged dog. Maybe you bend through the knee and stack the hips, and if you want to flip your dog, if you know what I'm talking about, wild thing, if you're relatively new at yoga, I would recommend you just watch today. You're gonna ripple forward, flip over, land your right toes, you're on the outer edge of the left foot. It's like a back bend and an arm balance. And then come all the way back through center, right leg extended, and we're gonna curl the right knee in, and then just take some taps. Right elbow, left elbow, right, and then left. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. And if you want to, extend your right leg out, land your left heel. So you're coming to this arm balance on this side. This is like, I actually think it's called rock star. I've been calling it fallen triangle for like months. I think it's called rock star. Come all the way back. Take your right leg all the way up towards the sky again. And then just land your right foot on the mat. And then opposite side, left leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Bend through the left knee. Maybe you stack the hips, reaching and extending into your wild thing, opening your heart. And then we'll take that series on the opposite side. So the knee goes in and it crosses. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. You're gonna extend the leg out, land the heel, find your rock star, and then come all the way back. Land both feet. Now you're in your plank. Now option here, you can land the knees, or you might keep the toes tucked, and then we're just gonna take some mountain climbers. So knee in and extend. So we always finish off with like a strong core segment before we move into our deep stretching. I hate core. I think it's the worst. But I think if we avoid these things that we don't like, we're not gonna get any better at them, right? Do 3, 2, and then 1, come all the way back. Land onto your left elbow, lift your right arm up towards the sky. We're almost done, I swear. Right arm curls in and extends up. Take 4 more. 2 more. And then last one. Take the right elbow across, opposite side. Left arm lifts up, curl it down. Up, curl it down. Take 5, take 4, take 3, 2, you got this. 1, come all the way back, just land onto your elbows, hands straight, forearm plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, land your hips, lift your gaze forward, take deep breaths. I think we're segueing into yoga time. Yeah, it's time. So we're gonna start first with just a little series of back bends on your belly. You've made it past the core, you're done. So for the first one, you're gonna have hands alongside the hips, and then just take a breath in and then lift up, keeping your gaze low. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, land a cheek and then take some deep breaths. So for the next back bend, you can take the first one, or you can interlace the palms and lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, land an opposite cheek. And then we're gonna take 1 more. Option 1, option 2, or you might kick your heels towards your bottom. Take your palms onto your ankles and then lengthen up into this bow pose. Kind of rocking and rolling. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Lower, and then land a cheek, and then rock the feet from side to side. Come all the way back. So we're gonna take a deep pigeon stretch. We've done a lot of work on the hips. How you're gonna take your pigeon is you're gonna take your right knee in and lay your right shin across the width of the mat. So your right knee is behind your right wrist. Your right ankle is behind your left wrist. And then you're gonna take a breath in and then humble your heart forward. If this does not feel good for your knees, if your hip feels tight, I'm gonna modify a way that you can do this on your back. So just watch me. You're gonna roll down, cross your right ankle, and then draw your hands around your left leg and draw your left knee close to you, okay? So this gets the exact same benefits as pigeon. Some people, pigeon just doesn't suit their body. We're all so different, so just kind of become aware of that. And while we're in pigeon, I'm gonna give you guys a little something to think about. So every day at the end of the day, we ask our students to do a reflection on digital learning. And today I kind of had to explain mine in a bit more detail because the kids didn't really understand it. And what it was saying was, what's your space moment and what's your see moment from the day? And when I went on video and was explaining it to them, I was like, this is actually a really awesome question. What is your space moment? Like, what's your high moment from the day? And what's your low moment from the day? And if you've just woken up like my mom and like Hug in Canada, then maybe you think about yesterday. But so I did a video for my kids and I had to give them an example. And my space moment of the day was, it seems like the littlest thing, but I have a cleaner that comes to my house and she wasn't able to come last week. Her bus got stopped on the way. They turned her around and said she couldn't come. And they changed that today and she was able to come. And sometimes you like don't appreciate or realize like how important these people's roles are in your life until you lose them, you know, for a week. And maybe you don't have a cleaner at your house and there's something else that you connect to, you know, like your child's daycare teacher or like, you know, someone that's important in your life that you didn't realize how important they were until they were taken from it during this time. So anyway, my space moment was having her back. I had to think of a sea level moment and it was hard. I finally came up with my sea level moment was that coronavirus still hasn't ended and that we're all stuck in our houses. Okay, let's come all the way up and we're gonna take it on the opposite side. And when you drop into your left side, maybe take a moment to think to yourself, I'm gonna stop talking now. And then you can have an opportunity to think, what's my space level moment and what's my sea level moment? I think when there's a lot of crappy stuff happening in our lives, it's easy to be stuck down at the bottom of the sea. But when you consciously take a moment to acknowledge the space level moments. For me, it made me feel a little bit better. Take one more breath. And then we're just gonna roll onto our bottoms and come all the way around. And then slowly roll all the way onto your back. Keep your left foot on the mat, lengthen your right leg up. Interlace your palms on the back of the right thigh. So we're taking a hamstring stretch. You can also be holding onto the shin. When you lengthen your left leg out, that can deepen a little bit. And then maybe if you're at the level of like hooking your hands on your toe, go ahead. But don't feel like it's an obligation. It's just an invitation. Let's take it for one more breath. And then lower the right leg. And then lift the left leg and then take it on the opposite side. So interlacing palms, maybe hooking around the big toe. Actually, I have another space level moment. I found out yesterday that there is like one Starbucks in the country of Abu Dhabi that is open. It's about a 15-minute drive from my apartment. And so today I went out for a coffee. Isn't that crazy how these things that we take for granted, that for me, it brings me so much joy, like to go into Starbucks and just to chat with the staff there. And you don't realize how important it is until it's gone. Anyway, if you're a Starbucks addict like me in Abu Dhabi, it's Al Seif Mall. You're welcome. Let's bend your both knees and then just open our arms into cactus arms and then drop both knees to the right and then gaze over to the left. And come all the way back through center and twist the opposite way. So before we move into our shavasana or our meditation, if there's any last poses that would seal off your practice, like happy baby, really anything from yoga, feel free to move into it now. And I'm gonna make my way just a bit closer to you guys. So either stretch out into your shavasana, which is your whole body lengthened out on your back. Or you might come up into a seated meditation, your choice. Or any other pose, really. Pick something that is grounding. And then let's keep with this outer space theme. We're going to do a meditation. This meditation is called Powers of 10. It's named after a short film, and basically in this film, it starts out with a couple in Chicago eating lunch, and then it gradually zooms out until it gets all the way into the universe. And basically the theme of this meditation or the lesson is like, kind of gives you perspective on how things that seem like big problems at the micro level are like pretty small when you zoom out. So let's just give it a try. So start small first in your body. Taking deep breaths. What temperature does the air feel like when it comes into your nostrils? Maybe it's coming in through your mouth. See if you can follow that breath all the way from beginning to end. And feel the warmth of your body. Notice the parts of the body that are pressing up against the ground. Supported by the earth. And then we're going to take the first click out of the camera. You're going to zoom out, and now you're floating above the room that you're in. Feel the air in the room. See the colors and the light, and feel the energy of the space. I'm just going to say here, this meditation requires imagination, and it's a bit unique. And if it's not working for you, just return to your breath and just ignore me, okay? But if you want to come on this journey, we're going to zoom out. And at this level, this is usually the point where I tell people we're floating over Abu Dhabi, and I describe what Abu Dhabi looks like, the desert and the buildings and the camels, but you're maybe not in Abu Dhabi. So I want you to use your imagination. You're above your neighborhood, and then you're above your province or your town or your country, and you're seeing it from above. You're hearing the distant traffic noises, and then you click the camera one more time, and there's our beautiful earth. It's blue and green, and it's rotating, and then you zoom out, and now you're at the level where an ice age is like a second. You see the Milky Way and the sun. Okay, let's take one more breath, and then I'm gonna bring you back all the way into this moment before you fly off the edge of infinity. Come back into your body, and then take a deep breath in. And then a deep breath out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Please let me feel inner peace from the center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from the center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from the center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from the center, at the center of me. Ooh. 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 Give your fingers and your toes a little wake up wiggle. If you're with me and seated, you can just stay in seated, and if you're on your back, just make your way up to your crisscross. sweater, I'm a bit cold. You can join me with your hands at your heart center. Then just soften your shoulders and press your thumbs into your heartbeat and balance your head on your shoulders. So we're going to finish with an Om sound, and this is a sound of unity. So take your breath in and then your breath out, and then your breath in to make an Om. So taking a breath in, breath out, breath in. Close with the intention that our yoga practice remains consistent, that our efforts remain steady, and that this practice serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be happy, be healthy, be free, and may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, peace. Namaste.
The Mindful Life Practice.